Mexico's third largest income generation is U.S. money, not including their $12 billion plus annual U.S. foreign aid. So they can't exist without us. Well, I mean, face it, we're so great. And we've already got 20% of their population here illegally. Then they're not in the system, but taking every last fucking penny from it. And that number increases by 1 million every year. So, obviously, they must love the United States. And the cherry? Only the rich Castilian white European Spaniard conquerors benefit from the national privatized Mexican oil company, their number one money producer that apparently is not for the small indigenous Indians that the rich white oil-owning elite control. Ha ha! I have the liberals' attention. They hate rich white anythings that own oil. And those with common sense are, of course, seeing how we can actually save our troops, unlike the liberals who just like to talk about it. And what was that, Hillary? You'll bring the troops home by 2015? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the dumb blonde can get them back sooner, crush our enemy financially, thrill the liberals by saving our spotted owls, and bring down some rich white oil-owning elites, while providing all Mexicans a better way of life and getting them into the tax base and allowing them to pay for themselves, just like the rest of us. You got it. I say we take it over. Take Mexico over before they take us to the poorhouse. I mean, if that happens, who will feed the poor children in those $83,000 a year income-earning households? I mean, who would we piss off if we took over Mexico? What, Guatemala? They'd love to board the United States. Hugo Chavez. Well, he's already pissed off. Besides, it puts the fear of God in him since his oil prices would totally collapse. I'm just not seeing the downside. Anyone? I figure we move a carrier into the Gulf to cover its ports and, if necessary, protect Mexico City and its assets. We put a carrier along the Pacific coast to cover those ports. We blockade our borders and refuse to buy Mexican oil. Let them pay to ship it to China or India instead of the couple hundred miles it's transported up to us to buy at full market value. We seize all money transfers and foreign aid and send in special ops to disable the government's personal militia. They're a third world country. Jesus, Noriega surrendered and all we did was play Michael Jackson music. The dumb blonde plan eliminates Mexico's top 3 sources of income, and between the economic losses and ensuing social uprisings, they can write off any tourism dollars as well. So far, no gunplay, maimed or killed U.S. soldiers, and most importantly, the spotted owl is unscathed. Within 2 months, and a big finger to the UN from us, Mexican President Calderon is running around in his civvies, tarred and feathered. The rich white Castilian elite moves their money offshore and gets the fuck out fearing severe bodily injury, not from the U.S., but from the population they've oppressed beginning with the slaughter of the Aztec Empire through today. At which point, we step in and offer Calderon's running mate, Andre Obrador, who actually won Mexico's last election's popular vote, the position of governor of Mexico, the 51st state of the Union. We offer the Mexican people all rights of full citizenship and equality under our law. U.S. co-ops run the oil companies, we've doubled our international ports to receive and ship goods, and Lord knows our home builders need the work. The oil revenues, coastland properties, and resort areas more than feed the tax base to support the additional people, and we can finally begin manufacturing again without total reliance on China and Mexico, the country. If Mexico didn't need us to support their entire economy and provide homes for 20% of their population, I would say it might be unwelcome. But apparently they love us and need us. So let's unite with Mexico only. We had to add 100 million to the population, and they bring over $1 trillion in GDP annually. Now, instead of 50 states with a $13 trillion GDP, we have 51 with a $14 trillion GDP. It will cost us relatively nothing on the front end, and everyone benefits on the back end, but most importantly, goddammit, we save the fucking spotted owl and the tree huggers get the right kind of oil. Foreign! Severely crippling our enemy, saving our troops and our citizens financially comes in after the fact, but a few of us crazies actually think that's real important.